Hello, everyone, and welcome to Voices of Leadership. I'm Sarah from MindCora, and I'm thrilled to have you here today for this conversation about leadership, growth, and the experiences that shape great leaders. This series is all about learning from the best leaders from different sectors that will share the unique perspectives, challenges, and the lessons they've gained along the way. Whether you're leading a team or aspiring to step into leadership, these insights will help you navigate your journey with more confidence and clarity. In this episode, I have the pleasure of presenting you Iwka Janiszewska. She has 15 years of experience in education, specializing in language training, edtech, team leadership, professional development, and innovation. Originally from Poland, she's worked across Poland, the UK, and Italy, where she's been living for the past 10 years. For the last 7 years, she's played a key role at Fluentify as head of education, shaping impactful learning experiences and managing a community of tutors worldwide. Iwka, it's a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Really happy to be here today.
Amazing. So maybe we can start with the first question. So your journey in education and language learning has been remarkable. I wanted to ask you, what key experiences shaped your path to leadership?
Okay, I'd say that my leadership really started with my parents. I believe they are my role models and outstanding entrepreneurs. They set up their business, a language school in Poland, in the early 90s, completely from scratch. And through their incredible work ethic, care for people, and commitment to quality, it flourished. And it continues to flourish up until now. For me, being able to grow up in that environment and work there as well taught me invaluable lessons about leadership, especially how to treat people, both staff and the clients, with respect and integrity. And then another important part, I believe, is working in summer schools for several years in the UK. And the summer schools exposed me to a very fast-paced and multicultural setting, taught me a lot about openness, adaptability, and cultural awareness. And finally, what originally was meant to be a gap year turned out to be a permanent move. So, as you said, I've been living in Italy for nearly 10 years now. And it's in Italy where I met Fluentify. I joined the company and was able to work closely with the founders to help scale the company and to have a direct impact on its growth and the well-being and success of the people involved. And undoubtedly, that experience really defined my leadership style.
Thank you so much, Iwka. This is an amazing journey, and I believe it's amazing to be able to have this model of your parents that shaped in some way your journey as well. And with all the experiences that you've done so far, I wanted to ask you, what was the biggest challenge of stepping into leadership, and how did you overcome it?
Okay, well, it's certainly a good question, and I think one of the biggest challenges really was gaining strong awareness of my values and staying true to them, while at the same time balancing the expectations of the business, my team, and various stakeholders. So it certainly took a lot of strength, curiosity, empathy, and courage. But above all, I think a lot of honesty and transparency. Also, what happened was when I joined Fluentify, the company was quite small. So I had a lot of time to connect with everyone individually. But as we grew and I ended up managing over 300 remote tutors around the world, as well as an internal team, I had to adapt and accept the challenge. So I realized that while I couldn't maintain daily one-to-one interactions with everyone, I could still make sure that my team and my collaborators felt valued and supported. So I focused on clear communication, regular check-ins as well, and above all, creating an open and inclusive environment. And that focus on people really helped me lead at scale without losing the human connection.
Thank you. That's amazing. Yes, we talked about values, and I believe that values are essential, like for being a leader, understanding what are the values that you want to cultivate within the company and with your teams. And talking about your work as head of education, organization. So you led innovative learning strategies and you also managed an international team, so many different people. Was there a defining project or moment over the past 7 years that kind of shaped your leadership style?
Well, I think it was the pandemic, and the pandemic was a turning point, probably not only for me, but for many people. What happened around that time is Fluentify grew at an unprecedented pace, and literally almost overnight, I had to scale our tutor team without a clear roadmap. Like we didn't really know exactly what was going to happen and what was happening around that time. So didn't really have a clear roadmap, and I didn't really have all the right tools in place. So it was super intense, and I quickly realized that I had to make the most of what I had at my disposal, and this was above all my values and my soft skills. So I focused on clear communication, respect, empathy, and transparency. And I managed to create this environment built on trust. And this allowed me to navigate the chaos, keep the engagement high, and build a very, very strong and motivated team. So this period reinforced my belief that leadership is not so much about control, but it's about creating an environment, creating a culture where people feel valued, supported, and empowered. And also at the same time, but throughout the years, I also think that an important lesson was leading by example. So I feel that when my team saw me working hard, staying true to my values and prioritizing people, they sort of naturally did the same thing. And this was important both for my collaborators as well as the internal team, where mutual respect, productivity, and trust created this environment that wasn't just very high performing, because it certainly was, but it really was one of the best teams I've ever worked with. So just to summarize, I think that you really need to give a lot, but you should always know that when you give a lot, then a lot will be given to you in return.
That's amazing, and it's amazing to see like the way you're talking about it. It seems that it's been like an amazing experience for you, and it's amazing to be able to be part of the experience here during our call today. And going back to the values that you were mentioning earlier, what are the three main values that you'd say allowed you to shape like your team environment?
Okay, I'll try to list three, but it might be more. I've mentioned quite a few of them, but trying to organize them in and choose the core values, I think I'll start with transparency and clear communication, because I strongly believe that even in difficult situations, honesty builds very strong teams. Then it's empathy and kindness. So leadership is all about people. So being kind and truly caring about your team really goes a long way. And then trust and respect. When people feel trusted, when people feel valued, they perform at their best. And they stay on your side. So as a leader, we need people to be on our side. And if you will allow me two more, I guess these three will definitely stay at the core, but I am certainly very much about efficiency and productivity. But here I want to mention efficiency and productivity, not only because we have our targets, we have to meet the goals, but really it's out of respect for other people's time and effort. And finally, it's passion and fun. So you really have to be passionate about what you do, about the people you work with. And working with people can be so much fun. So it's really important to enjoy what you do and the people you work with, and create this positive environment that will naturally bring out the best in everyone.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, you basically summarized everything that relates to positive leadership. So the values are really important, and the way we shape our team through the values and valuing our team members as well. It's basically the core of everything, and of creating like an engaging and amazing culture. And regarding this, like how do Fluentify and your manager support your growth as a leader?
It's a super important question. I believe that one of the biggest gifts Fluentify gave me was trust and autonomy, and a lot of room to grow. There was never any micromanagement. It really was just a shared vision and mutual respect. And that freedom allowed me to grow, take ownership, and as a result, build something very, very meaningful. So Fluentify and my managers were also able to recognize my strengths as well as gaps. But instead of focusing on weaknesses, they empowered me to lead in my own way. So yes, I was thrown in at the deep end many times for sure, but knowing that my managers believed in me gave me the confidence to navigate all the challenges that arrived. So we're kind of saying the same thing, but thinking about how I managed my teams and what I received from my mentors. I think what is very clear is that when managing my teams, I focused on trust, respect, and transparency, and it's really the same values I received from my mentors. So it's super clear that positive leadership just spreads, and when it's done right, it shapes future leaders.
The whole company should embrace this culture, right? Of trusting, of providing autonomy, and also of understanding what are the strengths, allowing the people also to collaborate and learn from each other and create this amazing culture where people can only grow, right? And if you could give one piece of advice to a leader stepping into their first management role, what would it be?
Oh, well, first of all, congratulations. Leadership is an incredibly rewarding journey. It's not always easy, but it's certainly very, very rewarding. My advice, be kind, get to know your team and trust them. Give them ambitious but realistic goals, and above all, support them along the way and recognize their contributions. Listen to them, be genuinely interested in them, provide feedback, and create this environment where they feel valued.
Yeah, this is really important. Like you were talking about feedback, and we are used to provide feedback only like in certain moments of the year or for specific situations in which there is like a bad situation maybe happened, and so we provide feedback to improve. But it's really important also to share feedback when something good happens, now when people are thriving with their work. So this is another thing to take into consideration. Is there anything that you would like to add, like based on our conversation, or maybe you can share like where your audience can connect with you and follow your journey?
So I will just repeat what you've just said. I think to talking about feedback and how recognition is very important. Building a relationship with people. So I feel that when we work for a company, we don't really work for the company. It's not the company that we want to give our best for, but it's really our manager. So it's incredibly important, and it's really important for the companies to recognize that and look after their managers, because this is how great things can happen. And you asked where people can find me somewhere or connect with me. So social media is certainly not my strength, and you won't find me posting a lot online. But I do check LinkedIn regularly, and I love to connect with like-minded people. So I would be very, very happy to hear from everyone.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Iwka, for being here with us today. And so see you on LinkedIn and let's follow your journey together. Thank you again.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thanks.
Sarah.